So today I want to talk about an extremely controversial topic, which is the creative website. Hi again. Now that social media is so popular, a lot of people will say, oh, you don't really need a website, but I would push back against that for a couple of reasons, which I'm going to outline today, but I will also be using my own website that desperately needs an overhaul as an example of some of the things to do and not to do. And then I'll come back and show you what my updated website looks like after I do my overhaul. I think that my current website is pretty good. I just want it to look a little bit cuter, and I also want to try and bring together a few more things. I have a straight up actor website. I have a website for my web series. I have my education website, and I think I just kind of want to make a home base for all things to do with me, which is another wise move for a creative multi-hyphenate as well. So one of the reasons that I think a website is so important to have nowadays is that when somebody Googles you, ideally, they will be able to get straight to your materials. Now, if you have something like Actors Access or Backstage, one of these public profiles, maybe they can Google Zena Ellis Backstage, but how much nicer is it to be able to go to zenaellis.com and see what Zena Ellis is up to, you know? If you're relying solely on social media, I guess barring YouTube to hold your materials, you are kind of at the mercy of the algorithm. Amy Justman, who was my voice teacher in college and who I still work with today, she's amazing, superstar, mentioned that one great reason to have a website is that social media changes all the time, and what's popular one year might not be popular the next year. So having a website is a consistent, stable, unchanging home base for you and for all of your materials. You're not stuck with what Instagram thinks a person's page should look like. It's an opportunity to share a little bit more about yourself, share a little bit more about your vibe and what you bring to the table that you wouldn't get from a feed that looks like everybody else's feed. So yeah, I think that being easily Googleable is still valuable in 2024 and beyond. I think that it's awesome to have a home base that's truly yours, where there are no limits to how long your videos are or how long your text can be, where you have more than 280 characters to talk about what you want to talk about. Somewhere that you can easily link out to other things. Something that I've done with my website too is created a page just for casting folks. I assume that my friends and family don't want to watch me do monologues other than these YouTube videos, of course. And so I don't put my monologues publicly anywhere, but I do have them on my website on a slightly off to the side little page for casting folks. If somebody is like, I need to see a comedic monologue from this person, how simple is it to embed a video titled comedic monologue as opposed to have them digging through your social media to try and find it? And again, does your social media audience want to see you do monologues? Maybe, I don't know. But for me, I like to keep the monologues separate. People can hear songs. People like songs. They don't like monologues. Any website can go down at any time, but having your own place that's totally representative of what you bring to the table is invaluable. So with all that in mind, I will show you my website, talk about what I think is doing well, what I think is not doing well, and then come back whenever I get my act together to update it and share the new one accordingly. Okay, so ignore all of the tabs I have open. This is an example of what my brain looks like. There's nothing I can do about it. Not my recent search history. Maybe I'll blur that out. Anyway, the first thing that I think is good about my website is that when I type in www.zenaellis.com, you get to me. So what's gonna happen is it will redirect to my website. So you'll see this is actually a different URL than www.zenaellis.com, but I owned my domain name. I bought my domain name on GoDaddy.com, and when I built it, if I wanted to have a custom domain on Wix, I needed to pay for them, and then I would have to go through a whole hullabaloo to reacquire it from GoDaddy. I don't want to do all that. So it is very easy and free once you own your domain to set up a redirect on GoDaddy so that you can use whatever site builder you choose. You can see I didn't pay for Wix, so I've got this ad for it, but we'll see if I care about that going forward. This is an old headshot, so I need to update that. I've got this little slideshow with some news and little doodles that are, again, now very old. Something that I'm planning to do with my new site is try to incorporate a little bit more, pull in a little bit more from my socials so that it's less of a burden on me to update the site all the time whenever something happens. But yeah, it's cute. There's so many cute friends in here. There's lots of nice memories. And generally I think like the aesthetic is a little cutesy, not quite as professional looking as it could be. Ooh, I do like the reviews though. The reviews section I'm definitely gonna keep going forward. I'll just make it a little bit different. If I decide to do a slideshow like this, I'll slow down the scroll so that it's easier to read. All those glowing reviews, you know? Oh yeah, and then I have a selection of videos that I will probably also continue to edit. I have a huge archive of videos that I also need to go through and decide which ones I want to upload because I think that they're the best of the best. But here are some that I quite liked. I should also say I initially built this site when I was right out of school and I haven't really changed it in any major way, but I think it's time now. I think I'm a big girl and I need a somewhat bigger girl website. Oh yeah, and it's all one page. So each of these about is on this page and so on. It scrolls down to the section. And the reason I did that was off the chance that someone is viewing the site on mobile. Lately, all of these website builders allow you to see your site on mobile in addition to on computer widescreen, which is great so that you can ensure everything is cute. And so for me to try to minimize obstacles, minimize clicking, I made it all one page. So yeah, I've got some videos, some cute photos that are now very old. Just kidding, no they're not. Oh, those are some of my best friends. So I guess what I would say for pictures is pick pictures that make you feel this happy about them, because I am frankly delighted by all these pictures, even though they are old now. There are definitely more newer pictures that need to be incorporated, but it's so nice to have production photos on a site so that people can see what you look like in action, on stage, on set, whatever. I'll see, maybe I can dig up some production stills from some of my film work as well, just to, again, kind of round it out. Of course, they see your headshots, but that's not really what you look like in action most of the time. So I think it's nice to give that. And then I have a little contact form so people can reach out to me without me giving them my email directly, because I am private about that kind of thing. So yeah, photos, videos, reviews, resume. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the resume. For this version, I put a screenshot of my resume on here and I thought I'll just update it every time I have a new gig. And I simply did not do that. And then I also have download headshot and download resume. In order for me to be totally up to date, I would have to go into the back end and upload a new resume and then also take a screenshot in like better resolution than this and upload that, and that's a big pain. So my new plan is to simply link to my Actors Access profile, which is easy to update and which I do in fact update all the time when I get a gig, so that there's less of a burden on me to keep this stuff current. But in general, I am satisfied with these sections. These sections are gonna carry over. I will not include download headshot or download resume because I believe Actors Access also has those features. And essentially, nearly any quote-unquote legit production will have Actors Access, and be excited to find you on there anyway. This I believe. And I have socials, but let's see. I like my Instagram the most of these socials. Like my Facebook is actually private, so I probably shouldn't have it on here. My Twitter is kind of silly, so I'll see how I feel about putting Twitter on there. I might make my Facebook a page instead of just an account, or I might make a Facebook page so that people can follow that without me having to like add them as friends. I like that my Facebook is just real people that I actually know. So yeah, but in general, these sections I think are very useful and necessary. I just think that social media serves a really different purpose than a website. Like social media is like real-time updates, personal life stuff, or at least that's how I use it. And I am not currently interested in totally divorcing my personal social media and my professional social media. Basically, my thought is that I want my website to be professional zone, you know? Okay, so thinking about actively casting used to be my seeking rep page. And actually you can see in the URL, yeah, seeking rep. So I was like, hey, let me make the plain vanilla website for average people who just want to know, who is this girl? But then casting people, or reps back when I was unrepresented and grinding and trying to get people to represent me, I was like, those people will be a little bit more interested in things like a reel, on camera work, again, monologues. Oh no, I'm the video owner. Did I disable this? Reason number 1,000,000 to make sure that your website is legit. So these are all unlisted videos, which I think is nice. I've recently become brave enough to let people see me on YouTube, but I don't want people to say mean things about my acting. So I have unlisted videos. Although I guess now that I'm showing it to you, you could find them and be mean about them. But they won't be on this page anymore. So I have musical theater clips, on-camera scene work, comedic monologue, classical monologues, contemporary dramatic, and instrument skills. Those are my main skills. Maybe someday I'll end up with a dance reel, but I don't really lead with that. And then yeah, this contact form, and I've had people use that contact form as well as the one on the main site. Ugh, this link is not working. So many reasons I need to update this poor little site. The bones of the site are there, and it's just up to me to go through, simplify. Like the background is cute, but it's a little busy. When I was right out of college, I was like, I want everybody to know that I'm cute and fun. And now I'm a grown up and I'm still cute and fun, but I can be cute and fun in a somewhat mellower way. So I'm excited to take the time to go through, figure out what the new website aesthetic is, and yeah, go from there. I also have completely different headshots. I'm excited to talk about the joys of headshot getting. It will also include a link to this very channel now that this is a part of what I'm doing. I'm excited to bring together all these different areas of my work, my practice. And I think it's just so much easier to do that on a website than on social media. So yeah, there are reasons to have a website in 2024. And yeah, I'll be back to show off my new website whenever I get around to making it. Okay, that's it. Bye.